We're almost done with this season. Now we have to raid Johnny's closet because we have to do a Generations thing and reunite all the Ultras.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for next week in particular because we're one video away from finishing X. And I'm not talking about Kamen Rider X, I'm talking about Ultraman X. We already finished Kamen Rider X. And if you haven't paid attention to the latest episode of Kamen Rider X, well, you missed out on our response to the next season we're going to end up doing. Yeah, that's right. We are doing Kamen Rider 71. The original.
God help you.
The one with 98 episodes and 2 movies. And I already did the math. It's going to take 19 videos. And even then, it's like a bunch of those videos are going to require us to do like 6 or 7 episodes per video.
God help you.
Yeah. May Tendo be with me. It's like wait, don't you mean Ace Yukio? Listen, you worship your thing, I worship mine. Yeah, no, I love Seto Kaiba. Oh my money. But yeah, and I can't wait, I wasn't at Simi Valley Touring Comic Fest this year, which is a darn shame. I really wanted to, but I needed to recuperate, and it was Sonic themed. I'm sad that of all the years I would miss out, it would be this one. Next year is Resident Evil / Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm probably gonna miss that one too, just because that's just not my thing. I was expecting, I don't know, a Pokemon themed. Since we did Power Rangers, Avatar, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and then this year Sonic. So it's like, you think, but but yeah, no, like I wish I could meet Brock's voice actor just so that he could say the line, Wheeler, you should use that dual disc as a full disc. That doesn't make any sense, Kaiba. It doesn't have to, because you're a 4th-rate duelist with a 5th-rate deck. That's right. I demoted you. That's what you get for losing to Von Schroeder. Yeah. After all that character development, this is what you're reduced to. And to think I secretly was your biggest fan.
But we're here to discuss Ultraman X. Wait, wrong thing.
Yeah. Kamen Rider X. I'm just kidding. Hey, we will make it go both ways if we have to. But yes, we're doing the final 4 episodes, 19 through 22. And yeah, we get one final Ultraman cameo in the TV run, but not in the finale, weirdly enough.
No, spoiler alert, X has to pretty much do it by himself.
But he doesn't, because he has the power of the kaiju friends he met along the way. And at the end of the day, isn't that the true meaning of the cyber piece?
I guess so.
Yeah. Cyber kaiju, dream it. Don't give it up, Gomorrah, dream it. Don't give it up, Elect King, dream it. Don't give it up. What's that guy's face? Dream
Ben
it.
Star?
Yeah. Dream it.
That's on?
Give it up, go. Yeah, man. Imagine doing the pirate rap, but for like Ultraman X.
Wouldn't it make more sense to do it for Ultraman Tiga, because they were both done by 4 kids?
It would. But again, I'm sticking to the whole the One Piece is the friends we made along the way route. So
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, yeah. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what it is? The One Piece, the None Piece, the Two Piece.
Yep. I love Nun Piece. It's hilarious.
Yeah. All you got to do is at the end and the beginning. What does the N stand for? It means no. There is one piece. So it's NOONE. No One Piece. The one of the O's is silent. Yeah, like Taco Tuesday, the S is silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mentioned the thing. But yeah, no, it's like we get one final filler episode, which doesn't feel like a filler. And I respect that because, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, they try to materialize Gomorrah again, and it goes more successfully this time.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's super adorable. Like when he tells him to sit, he sits. When he tells him to do a thumbs up, he does a thumbs up. Yes.
Yeah, his own pet Gomorrah. I want my own pet Godzilla.
And then I want my pet King Ghidorah. I'll name one of the heads Alan.
Well, one of the heads' names is Kevin in the King of the Monsters 2019 movie.
Yeah.
It's the derpy head.
Yeah.
But if not, the next best thing is Rizeros and Ryuto, and then you and I can combine them to make Jukaiza.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Or like we could do a Hideki Anno thing. You get your own pet Godzilla. I'll get my own pet Takashi Hongo. That does not sound as savvy as it did in my head. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla. Ain't he cute?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
which, if you've seen Shin Godzilla, he's anything but cute.
Yeah.
No, Shin Godzilla is terrifying.
But yeah, no. If I had my my own pet King Ghidorah, I'd name the heads Alan, Jason, and Richard. Yeah. Why? Well, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And yes, the head on the right does kind of look like Adam Scott. Yeah. Like it won't that right head won't live it down. But yeah, no. But for some reason, there is a what's it called? A
Dark Thunder
Dark
energy.
Thunder. Yeah, I swear it bothers me that's called Dark Thunder. The dark part, okay, that's fine. It's the thunder part that bothers me.
Because it should be dark lightning energy.
Yeah, or at least call it Dark Gale energy. You know, a nod to Pokemon.
Which, again, Pokemon was inspired by Ultra 7's kaiju capsules.
Yeah.
So you could have, Tsuburaya, you could have had it made full circle.
Yeah. Ultraman, Gale of XD, Gale of Darkness. It's like, oh, it's a Shadow Gomorrah.
Which, that's actually not too far off.
Yeah, because you get a guy with a giant afro shaped like an ultra capsule. It'll be like bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum, bum 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 bum. But man, don't get those things anywhere near Grievel.
Yeah, but basically the tests go fine. Gomorrah is able to sit down, do tricks, kind of, and then Dark Thunder energy happens. It gets through their shield.
Force field.
And then he becomes EX Gomorrah.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. And naturally we go straight to becoming Ultraman, but the problem is you got Ultraman gets teleported.
by M. Ichigo from Ultra Q.
Yeah.
You know, that creepy monkey thing.
Yeah, it looks creepy even after changing its appearance ever so slightly to like meet the Heisei standards of costume crafting. See, when we saw Pigmon in the previous episode, you know, like remember how I talked about how it looks really innovative because it looks more organic and fleshy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here it's like I wish they didn't make it more organic and fleshy.
And the thing is that M. Ichigo, or M1, potato, he's an artificial life form.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because like I was like, isn't it supposed to be an artificial life form? Why is it acting like Frankenstein and not its monster? Yeah.
Well, you know, I've only seen Ultra Q once. I'm trying to remember he only appeared in one episode.
Uh-huh.
It had something to do with a bullet train, I think. I could be wrong about that, but like I said, I've only seen Ultra Q once, and to be honest, this might be a hot take. I didn't really care for Ultra Q, and I hate to say that because, you know, it was made by the mind of Eiji Tsuburaya, who did the special effects for the Showa Godzilla movies. This was like his vision, but it was so boring to me. Like, almost every episode put me to sleep. Literally. There would be times where I'd be like this, and I'd be trying to keep myself awake, and yet I finished the whole thing.
Yeah. You know, funny you say your disdain with
Ultra Q.
Yeah, your disdain with the very first season of the Ultraman franchise, which, let's be honest, Ultra Q is the first season. Ultraman, the original Ultraman, is the second season of its own franchise. I know, it sounds weird, but...
It's true.
But, yeah, but, like, what's it called? I feel the same way about 71 Kamen Rider. It's not that it's boring, it's just very repetitive. Don't get me wrong. I do love honestly, the high point of the original Kamen Rider is not the writing, but literally just its stunt work. Just the stunt work. Like, even when you rewatch the very first episode, we're going to get into this later. When you watch the first episode, the choreography is very visceral. Like, not like gory visceral, but like when they swing, they're really swinging. It's like, yeah, you could do some of those dance illusions, like punching someone from 6 feet apart, like at an angle that it looks like you're making contact, but they're not holding the punches when they're swinging from that distance. It's like you guys are really trying to like max out your insurance policy.
Yeah.
Which is ironic considering what happened to Fujioka.
Yeah. The thing is that I don't dislike Ultra Q.
Yeah.
I just found it boring.
Yeah.
And that's not to say every episode was like that. I mean, I did like Gomez. I liked the Garamon episodes. M. Ichigo was an interesting episode. The one with Kemarujin was also pretty interesting. But other than that, it was just kind of a snore fest. And I really hate to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like at that point, like the only solace is the fact that it's only 28 episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe a movie. Because you know, there's an expectation that like everything from like the Showa era tends to be longer. I mean Cosmos, even though it's more on the Heisei side of things, was like 60 plus episodes.
Yeah, Cosmos is currently and probably will always be the longest running Ultraman series to date.
Yeah. As opposed to Ichigo, which is the longest. Like for Kamen Rider, the longest season is obviously 1971. Second longest is 1979.
Which is Sky Rider.
Yeah. Like they didn't call they didn't they.
Yeah, I know they didn't call it Sky Rider, but I'm just saying, you know, for the audience.
Yeah. So like the actual show, I just call it Kamen Rider 79. as juxtaposed to Kamen Rider 71 for the original. Like even the character, Hiroshi, he was just called Kamen Rider for the first 28 to 30 episodes until like the Magnificent Seven showed up and like super powered him, and then like they christened him as Sky Rider. But like the show didn't change its name to Sky Rider; it still called itself Kamen Rider.
Yeah,
but he changed his own name to Sky Rider, so that's good. But like here, it's like, oh, and the shortest seasons are, again, despite the assumption, the shortest seasons were Amazon, then X, then Decade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The number 4 shortest is Stronger. So between Stronger, Amazon, and X, like we have like 3 really short seasons. Like they're above 30. Well,
yeah,
2 of them are, but they're still pretty short compared to 50. What's it called? 98, 52, 54, 48, 51, 48, 49, 51, 51, 50, let's see, 49, 48, 48, no, 49, 48, 49, 49, 48, and then 31, weirdly enough, 49, 48, 48, 53, and it stays 50 or lower from there on.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine if Gotchard had 51 episodes? Oh man. I mean, it's bad enough it has 50, but 51 freaking episodes.
Your favorite.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, Revice should have ended at 46. Yeah.
But Ultra Q, at least it's kind of short, but it felt like it dragged. It was 28 episodes long, and then the original Ultraman is 39, and then after that, the other Showa shows. Say that 5 times fast. Or 50 episodes.
The other Showa shows.
Yeah, the other ones are about like 50 episodes, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Then like the early Heisei stuff, other than Cosmos, and then Nexus was 37. There was like 39 or 40 for Max. The last time we had a 50 episode season was Mabius, and that was back in 2006.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ever since then, we've had I know Ultra Galaxy and Ultra Galaxy Neo were 13 episodes each, but and then ever since Orb, we've had 25 episode seasons.
I would say even Ginga.
Well, that's the thing, is that Ginga had 11 episodes. Ginga S had 16.
Yeah, combined they were relatively 25.
Yeah, and then X had 22, but I'm saying like ever since Orb, we've had 25 episode seasons
consistently. Consistently.
But I get what you're talking about, and I agree.
Yeah. But no, So like for some reason, like Showa always gives off the impression that those seasons are the longest, but some of them turn out to be the shortest. Heck, even the Australian season, which apparently counts, was only 13 episodes.
Mm-hmm. And so was Powered, the one that came after it, the American one.
Yeah.
The one with Kane Kosugi, not Kane. I know why you think it's Kane because E at the end means that, but he has said before his name is pronounced Kane Kosugi.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Kane, not Kane.
Yes.
I could have sworn people called him Kane. That's weird.
So Kane means money, so Money Kosugi. He's Kane gone.
That's funny. Yeah, no, it's like seeing Ron Roger on TV for 20 years and then being friends with him for 10 years and never noticing that little accent on the E at the end of his name. So it's like on the 10th year of you being like really intimate with him, you're like, oh, and I'm here with Ron Roche. Excuse me, you want to say my name one more time? So, yeah, no, it's like you don't even notice the accent like on the E at the end. So it's like, yeah. Plus, you never like really hear his name pronounced by other people in general. So it's like, yeah, but yeah. Anywho, anywho, yeah, onto this. So we got this monster from Ultra Q, and he's like, but you humans, like, you won't get along with kaiju. Like, what are you even talking about? And meanwhile, Asuna, being like the diet Rena that she is, I'm just joking. Like, yeah, like she actually tries to like negotiate with
Gomora?
with Gomora because they've previously had an intimate relationship. And
sounds terrible out of context.
Intimate means like have an emotional attachment to something, like
I know.
like,
I'm joking.
A friend or relative, But man, that fleshy like Ichigo is like, it's like, how do I describe it? The what are those characters from Legend of Zelda called? The Bolero guys, the ones who live in the volcano. I'm trying to remember their names. The Sora live in the water. The Kurikos live in the forest. The ones that live in the volcano. Man, I hate that I'm blanking on this. There's Garudas who live in the desert. Who are the volcano dudes? Anyways, looks like one of those. If some American studio took those and tried to make their own American live action adaptation of Legend of Zelda. But instead of having the quality of Sonic or Mario, it had the quality of a ball. Yeah. Okay, I'm being a little too harsh, but still, like that's kind of
imagine seeing the M Ichigo suit in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder if it still exists. The show was aired 10 years ago. I wonder if Tsuburaya has it in their warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, the rubber suits tend to have a very short shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but a lot of times, if you watch closely at the kaiju throughout the years, you can tell that they're reused suits from previous seasons.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like how far back are we talking? Because like I imagine that the reason why there's a 7-year shelf life for like rubber suits is because the rubber tends to harden over time. So even if a person did put it on, like it would just tear.
Yeah.
Like, it's brittle. Like it's not even an issue of like, oh, the suit is still in pristine condition to like observe as like as a museum piece, just not so much as a functioning suit to use in a show.
Yeah.
Unless the show has a scene where you're using it as a museum piece. But yeah, also just like, and of course, M1 is like watching this whole thing, and that makes him decide. You know what? Maybe I will give you a chance to like save Gomora from like being EX'd. So yeah, he becomes Ultraman Exceed and does that beautiful slash move. But the thing is, not really able to kill him quite yet because honestly, the whole thing resolves because the digitizer or devirtualizer, whatever you call it, only has a 3-minute time limit, and that time limit is up.
Yeah, so there was no need to use the Zenadium Kosen to turn him back into a Spark Doll.
Yeah.
Even though they were about to.
Yeah. I do feel sad for it because it's like, it does have that adorable face to it. Like, honestly, like, I'm pretty sure, like, previous appearances of Gomora did not look this adorable. Like it was probably had more menacing look to it.
Oh, you should see what he looks like in Ultraman Powered, the series that Kane Kosugi is from.
Yeah.
That thing looks kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I get why they gave it like darling blue eyes in order to make it look more like, oh, you wanna snuggle up to it and feel bad for it. But yeah, time's up. But hopefully one day we can stay friends. It's kind of sad, really. Like even though like we don't need to like use a full finisher on it, it still feels sad that like the one time we try to like make peace, this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one.
The next one with Nexus.
Yes. Yeah, Nexus next. And it's a Tachibana focused episode. And I will say this, it does feel weird that the opening narration involves like clips from specifically episode 2. Like we're going that far back.
Yeah, from like almost 20 episodes ago.
Yeah, 18. But still, who's counting? I am. That's who. Yeah. Yeah, but so like it starts off with like a little girl seeing a kaiju out of her window, and then the vice chief is like running towards it to save her daughter. Turns out it's a flashback.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that Tachibana's being a responsible parent, unlike someone we know from 1997.
Iruma.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, 4 kids makes her an idiot.
Yeah. So our heroes need to do an investigation of a warehouse, because there may be a kaiju infection, human-sized kaiju. The fun ones. And I have to say, I love the designs of these guys. They kind of remind me of, let's see, the pods from Turbo Power Rangers movie, crossed with the aliens from Rescue Mission in Lost Galaxy, with a little bit of disaster from Saber thrown in. And I do know that Saber came out in 2021 and therefore is after the show. But man, and it has the 2-dimensional profile of a worm from Kabuto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
then I think you would like the designs of the Nexus kaiju.
Yeah. So I'm digging these human-sized kaiju. I want to see more of these. I mean, just in general, I love having human-sized combat in Ultraman. Like literally those 2 episodes of Tiga.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like watching Kuga. Before Kuga came out.
Kuga before Kuga.
Kuga before Kuga. Yeah, he even has that collar on his chest.
Yeah. Well, if you like that, then maybe you would like Red Man.
Yeah. But yeah, so a building is collapsed, and Tachibana is trapped inside the building with one of her teammates, buried under rubble. Meanwhile, she gets a video message from her daughter saying that in Canada, blame Canada, blame Canada.
Yeah, Canada mentioned in Tokusatsu. Doesn't happen very often, but here it is.
Kaiju is attacking the lake, and yeah, so we got a disaster on our hands. So like, what's Tachibana to do? I always had like a fantasy where Tobei Tachibana or one of his descendants would become a Kamen Rider. So let's get the next best thing. Tachibana from Ultraman X, all of a sudden turning into Nexus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing with Nexus is that in his series, he's had a few different hosts.
Yeah.
But they're called Dunamis in the show.
All right.
And one of them actually was a woman, but spoiler alert, she doesn't last very long.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull a line from Community. Oh, Minerva's the worst. Not because she's a woman, but because she sucks.
Yeah, so Tachibana actually becomes Nexus as is like, let me think. How many Dunamis has he had? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th host.
As opposed to Max, who just turns into his host.
Yeah.
Just this one time. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Tachibana becomes an Ultraman, and you're thinking, oh, maybe Nexus will remain as a permanent member of the team, like a secondary Ultra. You know, like Kuga in Decade, although he's technically a tertiary writer in Decade.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah, that's one hell of a demotion, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta bring back a legacy character, even if it's not the legacy actor.
Which, actually, speaking of which, when Tachibana actually goes as Nexus to save her family in Canada from Bemular, her husband that protects, his 2 daughters is actually not the same character, but the same actor as Komon, who was one of the Dunamis, aka one of the hosts for Nexus. So he makes a cameo appearance.
Which is interesting, because they could have just had him be Nexus, but I do like the Tachibana aspect a lot better, because now it's like you could theoretically have like a heart-to-heart between Tachibana and Daichi, but unfortunately this is very shallowly done. Like they could have done more with this, is what I'm saying. And I'm gonna be honest, I like Tachibana. So yeah, with Tachibana now becoming an Ultra, that means we can bring the 70s back, and maybe golf is not that bad of a sport.
Oh, 4 kids. What are we gonna do with you? Oh wait, that's right. They're not around anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't hate 4 kids. I just hate some of the decisions they made. And among them was canceling WMAC Masters.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, canceling WMAC Masters is probably canceling WMAC Masters is probably the most egregious thing 4 Kids has ever done. Not censoring Yu-Gi-Oh cards, not using awkward voice acting in One Piece, not even majority of theme songs, because honestly, in hindsight, most of the theme songs from 4 Kids actually slapped. Not you fighting Foodons.
That's the exception.
That's the exception. Like, people used to talk crap about the pirate rap. No, the pirate rap slaps. Dream it, don't give it up, Luffy. Dream it, don't give it up, Zoro. Dream it, don't give it up, Nami. Dream it, don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Go, like, it's good. Like you're seriously gonna look me straight in the eye and tell me that the Digimon rap was better than this?
Yeah, I actually I like the YouTube poop version of the pirate rap. Dreamin', don't bleep it up, Luffy. Don't bleep it up, Zoro. Don't bleep it up, Nami. Don't bleep it up. Bleep it up. Bleep it up.
Well, Luffy probably bleeps it up the most, because like, it's like, oh, there's a dangerous place. It might be there. Yeah, no. One of my favorite lines from Asuna from SAO Bridges is when she says, "How do I eat you?" Because that's how I imagine Luffy sounding when he's obsessed with me. Like, it's like, but there's tornadoes and cyclones and hurricanes and typhoons and rain and hail and brimstone and all kinds of things. The movie, but there might be meat there.
Yeah. So basically, another space beast shows up, and so X goes to fight, and teams up with Nexus, and then Nexus does that thing in his own show to where he
Pocket Dimension.
Yeah, the pocket dimension. Basically, Nexus in his show would do that a lot with the space beasts that he would fight in his own show.
See, I like that concept because it's like fake Karakura Town. Because that way, this explains the lack of damage in our fair city. None of that Angel Grove kaiju insurance that we get in Blazar episode 22. But no. I'm gonna lie, the Pocket Dimension does feel reminiscent of watching Gridman, because it's the camera work, really. For me, it's the camera work. The way they shifted the lighting, the toning, even like the material they used for the rock formations. It's like it makes me feel reminiscent for Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
I really need to get around to watching Gridman. I've got the Blu-ray. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but I need to.
We might,
because it really does look. It legitimately does look like a cool show.
Yeah. Maybe when we get finally caught up on all the Ultraman stuff, we could do Gridman.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine? We'll eventually get to the point where Ultraman's still running. We're still gonna do Ultraman for half a year. But then for the other half of the year, we won't have any more Ultraman left to discuss. Which means that would give us ample time to go back to old Super Sentai. Because I would like to eventually go back to old Sentai before Lupin Ranger, because Morphin Network started with Lupin Ranger. But there's 41 seasons to cover, plus a lot of movies and specials that we just ignored in during the TV run, just because pressed for time, not enough days in the week, not enough human power. But I do want to get into it eventually. I'm watching through 5 Men right now. I only need 19 more episodes. So so there's that, and then ideally I want to be able to say to Super Sentai what I have been able to say for Kamen Rider. I've watched every episode, which I can't say for Sentai right now, but I want to eventually.
I want to as well. I just need to see the seasons from Go Ranger to Dynaman, except for Sun Vulcan. Sun Vulcan is the only one out of those seasons I've seen, but other than that, I just need to see those 6 seasons, and then I've seen every Sentai. If you have an external hard drive, I could help you with that. I found some sites that I can watch it on.
Yeah, but nothing beats owning a physical copy.
True.
Preferably a legal one, but still.
Shout. Get Hasbro to let you license more Sentai.
Yeah, let's get Go Ranger through Turbo Ranger. Let's get Maji Ranger through Boom Boomger.
Yes, because I already have my favorite Sentai, which is Car Ranger. This guy needs his favorite Sentai, which is Bokenger.
And we're so close to it, too. It's you get Turbo Ranger with Maji Ranger, that's fine and dandy. But then you get Live Man and Bokenger, and then you start to realize, hey, this kind of fits the theme of Zenkaiger, because you got cars, you got magic, you got more cars, and then you got animals. All you're missing is a dinosaur season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sadly we don't have any dinosaurs until Ranger, which we already have, so. Yeah. But Nexus, I'm gonna be honest, maybe it's the Nexus were kind of my most favorite Ultraman designs for the longest part. It's I didn't watch Ultraman very much, but I did see the character designs, and I'm gonna be honest, Nexus and Mabius were kind of my favorites. Does make it kind of weird that you have Max right in the middle in between them, but yeah, it's a thing that exists.
Yeah. I love Nexus's design. It
Yeah.
always looked really cool to me.
Yeah. I swear, like, when I first saw Ultraman Tiga commercials on Fox Kids, before it became Fox Box, my first impression of Tiga is like, who's that guy who kind of looks like Jindrax from
Force.
Wild Force? Yeah. That guy looks way too similar to Jindrax from Wild Force. But let me tell you, Nexus looks even more like Jindrax than Tiga did. Like, all he needs is a horn and he's good to go. Yeah. But yeah, no, those two are my favorite designs. I do plan on eventually doing those 2 seasons because, like, those are 2 seasons I look forward to doing. You know, maybe it's what can I say about it? Because, like, I don't know it very well. Like, honestly, I used to mispronounce it and thought it was Ultraman Mobius. I'm like, oh, so this Ultraman is a 3-dimensional object with no inside or outside. That seems like a cool concept. Nope, it's Mobius.
Yeah. Mobius was one of the first Ultraman shows that I watched. It has been a long time, so it would be fresh in my mind again if I revisited it.
Yeah, no, it's like bicycle. Yeah, but yeah. So now we're so they dispatch the monster very easily, and then when Daichi confronts Tachibana, she says, "Never give up." Where am I? For some reason, the Ultra that possessed my body told me to tell it to you. Of course, I can't, for any reason, figure out why.
Maybe Daichi is X.
Maybe. It's like...
Next, you're going to tell me Daigo is Tiga.
No way. That dude's hiding in a closet every time a kaiju show up. Like, what are you talking about? No, that can't be possible. Like, that totally ruins my suspicions because, honestly, I always thought that Kaku was Sugo King, just like Hori is Tiga.
Because Hori is love, Hori is life.
Yeah, just like Usopp. Yeah.
But yeah, and then for some reason, she isn't bonded to Nexus anymore, so Nexus just kind of screws off.
Yeah. Not gonna lie though, I kind of wish that they did more with this. Like what if Nexus possessed Asuna next, for example?
Yeah. Well, it's more like a bond.
Yeah.
Like they still have their free will. They're just Nexus's host.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, it's like I was hoping that because he bonds with a member of Geo, like you'd think like he'd stick around just a smidge longer. I mean, like what?
Like they could have made a 2-parter.
Yeah, or a 3-parter leading up to the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Besides, like, who knows? Maybe it's an anniversary of Nexus. It's not, but
kind of, because Nexus aired from 2004 to 2005, and this season came out in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So 11-year anniversary, 10-year anniversary of when it ended.
Yeah, just like Super Sentai.
49th season, 50th year anniversary.
Yeah, it's I stand by what I said. Like freaking Go Juju needs to be a half season, then make a second season with the same team, maybe same suits, and just call it number 00 Sentai Go Juju Supers, which is a reference to Gundam. It's a reference to to Power Rangers because like Super Mega Force. It's a reference to Ginga because Ginga S, and because you got the Super and the S, like it's also a reference to Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been perfect.
Yep, but now final 2 episodes, Endgame.
Yeah, and I stand by that because that way, by the end of Goju numbers 00 Sentai Gojuger Super, like you're gonna have 50 seasons, 50 years, 50 teams. So 5 years later, in 2030, you're gonna have the 55th anniversary celebrating the 55th season with its 55th team. See, it would have lined up perfectly. I'm not going to be a fan of the fact that like Sentai and Kamen Rider are lining up with each other like they used to, but it's whatever. I used to like the idea of them having like a 30th and 35th anniversary together, and then a 40th and 35th anniversary, and then a 45th and 40th anniversary, and then a 50th and 45th anniversary, and now 55th, and next year is going to be the 55th anniversary of Kamen Rider. Damn.
Yeah. And the 60th anniversary of Ultraman.
Yeah. See, you got these 2 shows lined up. Oh, they should have kept it. They should have kept it at like 1 year later, or just air Go Ranger a year later, and then just make Die Ranger intentionally short, so that's the 3rd season still airs in 1979. We can't have nice things, can we? Oh well. But yeah, so yeah. And then Daichi's, I almost said Daigo, a radio gets a message from his mom. Next episode, he's trying to triangulate that message while 2 of the homeboys are using the
Sky Muscady.
Yeah, in its Arami form in order to like do an investigation in space. And it really bothers me having a sedan in space because window pressurization. And I know for years we've joked about like freaking Fast and Furious eventually going off into space. But god damn it, in Fast 9 they actually did it. They went into space. I didn't even
in space. Is this Car Ranger?
I didn't even watch freaking Fast X because like I tapped out at Fast 9. It's like I've watched Fast up to Fast 5 because Fast 5 was cool. Then it's like, oh well, we're continuing a story with Letty because she might be alive, but she's working with an evil counterpart of the main crew. So it's like, okay, we're gonna do number 6. But then it's like we find out Homeboy was killed. So it's like, no, now we have to watch 7. And as ridiculous as the parachuting jump scene was, we had you gotta put respect on how much work went into it. And then you'd think, oh well, let's finish at 7 because this is a part where Brian drives off into the other direction. You got that Wiz Khalifa song. It's been a long road without you, my friend. But then there's the 8th one's like, what's one more? I'm tapped out, but what's one more? Maybe this might be the last one. Then in the 9th one, they bring Han back. They go into space.
Races in space.
racing in space. And that is the 10th one. I'm like, geez, what are they going to do this time? What? They're going to go into cyberspace, right? Is that what they're going to do? Their cars are going to be virtualized into Lyoko, and they're going to race around a circuit chip like it's accelerators on PlayStation 2. And yes, that actually did happen. There's an actual accelerators game where they do race inside a circuit chip. So, yeah,
Interesting.
That's a thing. Yeah. So we're just trying to triangulate that phone call. These guys are in space, and they find this weird, mysterious light. Turns out it's a light at all. It's a vacuum. But for some reason, we perceive it as light, which doesn't make any sense. Because then wouldn't it just look like a black hole?
Yeah, this isn't Blazar yet.
Toku-logic.
Yes, Toku-logic indeed.
Yeah, so two homeboys disappear, and when the light source crash lands on Earth, this thing
it's revealed to be Griza.
Not to be confused with Grievel from XD Gale of Darkness. Yeah, see, I went there. And finally, X reveals himself to the entire team.
That he does.
Yes. So, that thing is Griza, and he wants to destroy the entire world. And his theme song goes, Griza, 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 Griza. Yes, Lord Griza. Bring me the Spark Dolls immediately, or I will destroy your entire home planet. Oh, yes, sir. Give me those Spark Dolls, and I'll destroy your planet. Don't you mean or? I know what I said. I swear, between Wise Man and this dude, it's like, oh man, a lot of Toku have that Frieza fetish.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie though, its movements, Haki remind me of homunculi from what's it called, Castlevania.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the movements Griza does look so unnatural.
Yeah, it's so unsettling. And the way it visually warps itself, it's just it's like it's like fighting Legion in the Castlevania. It's like you have all these humanoid bodies collected together around this core, and then those bodies fall out and they just start gunning for you without a sense of emotion or anything. It's that's what Griza reminds me of. It's all you need is having a bunch of those homunculi just stack on top of each other, like the meteorite dudes from Power Rangers in Space.
The Craterites.
Yeah, it's get a bunch of tiny Grizas and have them stuck on top of each other like the Craterites. That's what Griza feels like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Griza lands in Nevada, I think. Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, where all aliens land.
Yeah. Why is it always Nevada? So we have an all-out attack. We got naval ships. We got air forces. It's where were you guys in the last 20 episodes when Super was just not enough? But you know what they say? When the going gets tough, the tough get guts. But when the going gets really tough, guts gets Ultraman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Daichi makes a run for it. Freaking Asuna's no, you gotta go to safety. No, only I could stop them. And of course, he transforms into X, and she sees it's oh my god, Daichi is X! Bum bum bum.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, it's like I thought you just disappeared all the time when a kaiju shows up was because like you're just a coward or like you're off in the bathroom or you're just getting a Philly cheese sandwich at the Japanese 7-Eleven. But no, you're here because no, you disappeared because you're Ultraman. It's like, even with the glasses, it is kind of odd that you never see Superman and Clark Kent at the same time. It's like you gotta notice that. Like even with Batman, like they had Dick Grayson disguise himself as Bruce using one of those face masks.
Oh yeah, in the Hugo Strange episode.
Yeah.
Perchance to Dream. No.
No.
That's not the episode. That's a
No.
different episode.
No, it's a different episode where Doctor Strange, Hugo Strange, just to be clear, not Stephen Strange.
He discovers Batman's secret identity.
Yeah, and auctions it off to Joker, Penguin, and Riddler.
Two-Face.
Not Riddler, Two-Face, yeah. I see, here's the thing, like, growing up as a kid, like, Joker, Riddler, and Two-Face were the big three. So I was like, so when I saw 2 out of the 3 together, I'm like, who the hell is this dude with the monocle? And where's Riddler?
It's the Penguin.
It's the Penguin. I didn't care about the Penguin. He was just some random dude with a monocle to me. See, Two-Face, Riddler, and Joker are the 3 that really stood out. Like the pale white skin with the purple suit, the 2 actual faces, one of them being blue, and of course, all those question marks on Riddler's suits. Like those 3 things really stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Penguin to a 5-year-old kid is like, you're just some random dude in a monocle. Why should I care? But what I really hated is the redone version, like when they changed the designs of all the characters.
Oh yeah,
because they made the Penguin look like Mr. Peanut. They literally made him look like Mr. Peanut. Look at that, like
Penguin Peanut.
Like it's like at least like if I try to emulate the appearance of like the original animated Penguin design, I have to go like full Richard III, like really hunch myself over, like try to like asymmetrically curl my facial muscles. But like this dude is just like, indeed.
Yeah, I'm not really fond of the redesigns they did either.
I think there's only like 2 characters that actually looked good with the redesigns, but I definitely did not like Catwoman's redesign.
Oh yeah, Catwoman's was one of the worst.
Yeah,
it doesn't even look like her.
Yeah, and Poison Ivy. It's like I get that they're trying to make her skin more pale green because she's a plant lady. That was a step in the right direction, but why did they make her look more like a teenager? Harley Quinn pretty much still looks the same, at least.
Yeah.
Joker looks more demonic. In a subtle way. In a Trader Slim kind of way.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no. Scarecrow was probably one of the best redesigns.
Oh yeah.
Like he's not fooling around. He's like,
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so this thing, it's being a menace. Ultraman tries to like freaking fight it off using his Exceed form, but even that's not enough. And then all of a sudden, he just he times out and disappears again. Oh my god, Ultraman's gone. You think they'll rename the show after Wataru? Shut up.
Yeah, basically, Ultraman X tries to do like one final move, goes inside of Grieza, and then all that's left behind is this color timer.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, this feels like this was taken straight from Tiga.
Hmm.
Like with Tiga, it's like, yeah, his color timer also ran out. In his final battle against literal Orochi, what's it called? The
Katana
thing.
Zoa.
Yeah. Like that thing had one hell of a design. Respect to the props department.
It's
Yeah.
a respect to the suit actor too, because I remember one G Fest he was there, and he talked about how it felt like he was holding like 3 suits at once. That's how heavy it felt to him.
Yeah. Yeah. So Asuna gets herself virtualized in order to find Daichi because of course he's virtualized. What else would be happening to him?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Grieza comes back, and he absorbs all the Spark Dolls.
All of them. Not gonna lie, interesting concept. But of course, we have a flashback of Daichi's mom before she disappears, and like she's like talking about the X Slugger, and no, the dad is also there with her. It's like I can hear a voice for the future, a voice for the future. What he sounds like our son as an adult. But definitely, no, like, does he look like does he sound like he's trapped in the closet? Thankfully, no. Yeah, Johnny, please get him out of the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But for some reason, like, oh, there's a huge rainbow. So wait, a rainbow? You mean like so? If this show was in French, which means that the X Lugger is releasing a massive l'arc-en-ciel. Sounds to me like this was Arc, but better.
This show is Arc, but better.
Literally the last episode is the main character having a flashback about his parents and then being privately divided by a rainbow so undecided, and there's nowhere to go.
And they both use the armor aesthetic.
Yeah, and they try to make friends with kaiju. Granted, one did a better job of it. And thankfully, Asuna isn't hot for a teacher.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. And, of course, Daichi is ever so slightly less boring than Yuma. I really don't want Yuma to be boring. I really want an arc to be good. I really did.
Yeah.
I really did.
I mean, Arc is okay. It's not terrible, but it's not one of the better Ultraman series.
Yeah. I mean, Operation Overdrive isn't terrible, but if you rank the first 17 seasons, it'd be pretty down there. Good thing there's some Neo Saban seasons to like go below it.
Yeah,
Still,
definitely.
it's like when it's like Star Wars. Like when you only have 6 movies, yeah, Attack of the Clones will definitely be somewhere in the bottom 2. But when you factor in the sequel trilogy, it's like, oh, look at that. You made it up to the to the median trimester. Granted, you're towards the bottom of that trimester, but at least you're in the median trimester.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the lower trimester. Yeah. So Asuna finds Daichi. They get out. They pseudo get out. It takes time for her to return to her body, but meantime, time to use the X Lugger one more time. And yeah, despite Ellie King's whiplashing and then having all those ultra guns shooting their spectra beams at the guy, yeah, it's not doing it. This dude is just like not going down. No. But thankfully, the X-Lugger does release the Spark Dolls. And now Ultraman absorbs them.
And then he has the hybrid armor, which combines all of his previous armors together.
Yeah.
Well, at least pieces of them. Like, you got pieces of Gomora, you got
Eleking's head,
Bemstar's shield
claw,
chest thing.
Yeah, and Gomora's claw.
Actually, the hand wasn't Gomora, it was Zeton.
Yeah, Zeton, that's what I meant. Yeah, because it got the Z on it. Yeah, and as for extra measure, he's still holding on to the X-Lugger, so extra measure.
The power.
It's not a bad design. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like his Exceed form better because the suit itself is just better designed. Like, maybe if they put the armor on top of Exceed form instead of on top of his base form, it might have looked a lot better. But it's like, I don't know. It just feels like there's too much gray going on.
I guess.
Yeah. Like, and again, I like the concept that like all 5 of these armors are combined. It gives me Ultraman Beast vibes. No, sorry, Mega Man Beast vibes.
Mega Ultra,
same thing. They're both in their own little battle network. They're both cross fusing with some cybernetic beast.
Yeah.
A side beast for short. But somehow this is what he needed all along. And like he just throws his X-Lugger like a freaking shuriken in order to make the thing explode. And it's like, really? That's all it took? Man. That's all it took.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's like, thank you guys. Mom, Dad, you're here too? Yes, we're trying to give you a Harry Potter ending, like in the 7th movie. Don't you mean the 8th movie? I know what I said.
And then basically they all talk to Daichi and they're like, oh my gosh, you were X this entire time.
I can't believe it. It's like, I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
It's not even a Clark Kent Superman thing. It's like there's no glasses for him to put on and off. Like, they're literally never in the same place at the same time. And it's like, you lied to us. You were an Ultra the whole time. So you're going to have to write a report. What? Yeah. You're going to have to report to us like about every instance you ran off to secretly turn into Ultraman, because that ain't cool, fam. Sure, you saved our butts a million times, but still ain't cool. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
Right before X tells Daichi to look at the sky.
Yeah. Yes, I know, it's a rainbow. Yes.
A Nijiro crystal sky?
Yeah.
Like O Ranger?
Yeah. Or Ultraman, Lark, and Ciel, but no, X is definitely better than Arc.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So thoughts on these episodes?
Well, it was kind of cute to see, Gomora do like some tricks. Well, very simple tricks, mind you, and then you got the Ichigo questioning things, and then just be like, he realized, oh, maybe I should give them a chance. I'd say give it a 9 out of 10. Give it 10 out of 10 for the Nexus episode. That was a solid episode. It had cool action. It was interesting to see Tachibana. You don't see very many female hosts for male Ultras. The only other time that ever happened was with Justice and Cosmos. I mean, there are female Ultras, but we're talking about a biological woman becoming a male Ultraman.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. One thing that always bothered me about Ultra Mothers is the pigtails.
Yeah, but I give that episode 10 out of 10. And then the final two episodes, they were good for the most part. I mean, I think that, Grieza just moves so unnaturally, man.
Yeah.
And, like, it was interesting to see it. It had good fight choreography. Like, I like it when Cyber Gomora, did that somersault and had the tail hit Grieza. That was cool. And then, it absorbs the Spark Dolls.
Yeah.
They become Grieza's final form. And then, of course, we got
my final form, you filthy Homo sapiens.
Yes. So, and then it was cool to see X, use the hybrid armor, like have pieces of all of his previous armors come together to finally defeat Grieza. I give those episodes like a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, I'd say this was a solid batch of episodes.
All right. No, I agree with you on a lot of your assessments. Yeah, definitely an 8.5 for me for episode 19 because it's like I love most of it. I just wish it didn't feel so fillerish.
Ultraman is it's a mostly episodic show.
Episodic. I know. Like, and again, we've done Tiga, we've done Rube, we've done X minus the movie. It's like we've done Blazar and Arc, but I mean, I feel because like I love the premise of this episode. Where like, we're finally fleshing out Gomora for the first time, and like we finally get that interaction. I love the camaraderie between Gomora in its fleshy form, and Daichi, and eventually Asuna. Like I love that concept, and I love especially like, now it's possessed by an evil force, so now we're gonna have to find our beloved friend. But the thing is, it's like I just wish that the consequence of the episode would ripple more into the later episodes. I know there's only 3 episodes for it to ripple into, but like it's just that good of an episode that it's a darn shame that it doesn't like follow up to it,
Yeah.
It's like you introduce some cool stuff and you do nothing. It's like if I had to like make a hyperbolic example of this and crank it to a 9 or 11, Ichinose's dad from Gotchard. Like they keep mentioning him, and yet we still know nothing about him. Who is he? Why is he gone? Where is he? What is he doing? Why is his face covered? You're trying to do the Hohenheim of Light thing without having Hohenheim in the actual show. It always bothered me. It's like, and they always like tease like he's gonna be this very important person when they finally reveal his true identity. Because again, his face is covered up. So Gomora, it's like that's why I gave it an 8.5 instead of a 9. If they added some ripples from this episode, it would have been a solid 9, maybe even a 9.2. Episode 20, I agree with you. It's a 10. It's perfect. Again, my only complaint is that this all has the same problem as the previous episode. I wish that Tachibana stayed as Nexus, so then we would have 2 Ultraman fighting off freaking Grieza and still failing. And it would also be an opportunity to bring back more past Ultras, like, I don't know, Dyna, Gaia, Neos, Cosmos, Heck, we haven't seen any of the Showa Ultramen here. Like, why not bring back Leo, Taro, Jack, Ace? I did my partial homework, I copied your notes. And then Grieza. Honestly, the highlight is Grieza. Like its unnatural movement was probably the best part. I would give both of these 2-part episodes a 9 out of 10, but I'm going to have to lower it to 8.9 just because, again, lack of buildup from earlier in the season, and more importantly, that hybrid armor, it's too gray. Like, they should have just used the Exceed armor and then pile it up. Or give each individual part more color. Like don't just like make pipe effects. Like, actually, like, make it look like a Kamen Rider 5's costume, but with different colors for each segment. Maybe have additional kaiju become legs. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel so naked. It's like seeing the Lost Galaxy Battle Eyes, where it's like you got this giant bulky thing on your chest and back, but on your legs, all you got is a couple of boots.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's like that's the kind of vibe I got. So that's my score for these episodes. We'll do character and theme breakdown next week when we do the movie. And that'll be our final analysis. But yeah, that'll be our final analysis. So to our audience, what do you guys think? Let's see. This Nolesh says, why don't you blink?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. I mean, I wish I could not blink, but unfortunately, my eyes are way too irritable to not blink. But could always just, So I don't know. Yeah, I wish we could see more Ultra cameos. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah,
but we got a good handful.
Yeah, maybe if it was like a 30-episode season, we could have gotten at least like maybe 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more. Which Ultras would you like to see in the season that weren't already there?
I would say Gaia, because Gaia is my second favorite Ultraman. So I think it would be cool to see him again. I would say Tiga, but he's technically in the movie, just not as Daigo.
Yeah, because he's in Johnny's closet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say I would love to see, Gaia, maybe Mabius.
Yeah.
Maybe even Leo. Like, Leo is my favorite Showa Ultraman. So it would be cool to see Leo again.
Yeah. This is the 25th season of Ultraman, and Tiga is the 12th. So even if we're just doing the Heisei ones, then we're looking at 14 Ultras. 5 of them already appeared on the show. So that still leaves like 9 up for grabs, I guess. Actually, technically 10 because 9 because Victory could be like the representative of Ginga S.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could do Dinah and Gaia because, let's complete the trilogy. Maybe Mabius would be a good one just because, like I said, growing up and not watching Ultraman, Mabius and Nexus were my 2 most favorite designs. Yeah. We already had Max, I mean, it'd be cool to see all of them, but we would need a longer show. Like, even Gokaiger can't get every season to represent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And given everything that's been going on in 2011, it's impressive that they got as many as they did.
They got back actors from every Sentai.
Yeah. Every single one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's some seasons that didn't, I know we got Red 1, we got Red Racer, Change Griffin, Dinah Pink. Yeah, I had to look back. I don't think we got anyone from Sun Vulcan.
Yeah, we did. We got Vol Eagle. The second Vol Eagle.
When did he show up?
He showed up in episode 49. Remember when Bosco stole some grand powers, and then those 5 representatives
Oh
that got their
yeah,
powers stolen, they showed up?
I forgot that they showed up. I forgot.
Yeah.
I thought those 5 seasons were the ones that didn't get cameos, but I forgot. Yeah, no, they did show up. Because I know that in the movie, we got representatives from Digiman, Bioman, Changeman.
No, Changeman was with Sun Vulcan.
I'm pretty sure I saw Change Griffin.
No, he was one of the 5 grand powers that got stolen by Bosco, and then was one of the 5 representatives of those powers that got stolen that the Go Kaijus, saw in that white subspace.
Oh, wait, hold on. I was probably thinking of Goggle Red. I think Goggle Red was the one who showed up in the movie.
Close. It was Goggle Black.
Goggle Black. See, I was thinking Black Ranger. See, I was thinking Black Ranger, but then it's like, but maybe it was Red Ranger. Yeah, it was Goggle Black. Because I remember there was a Black Ranger in the movie who gave his powers away. And yes, we got Shinken. We got 3 cameos from... No. Yeah, 3 cameos from Shinkenger. We got... we got 2 from Gowanger. We got the best one from Bokinger.
We got the best one from Car Ranger in episode 14.
Absolutely. Damn Skippy. And we got one from both. We got 2 from Kaku Ranger and 2 from Gingaman because Sasuke was a Bull Black.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, more Ultraman cameos. If the show is longer, I think they could have pulled it off. But we got those Ultraman Zero movies, so do what you can. Do what you can. All right, next comment. You're right. It would be cool to see Tachibana become Ultraman Nexus more in the show.
Yeah, like they could have at least made it a 2-parter.
Yeah, or just have, just stick around for the 2-part finale.
Yeah, have Nexus team up with X for the final battle. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like freaking Grieza could be such a menace that Nexus tries to put into a pocket dimension. Maybe it breaks out, like Majin Buu.
I feel like Nexus would be overkill, though, because his final form Ultraman Noah is one of, if not the most powerful Ultraman in existence.
Really? That whole gold experience thing, huh? All right. Last comment. I agree that the hybrids need more color. Yeah. And again, simple fix, just have the Exceed form get the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you guys really enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos, and be sure to share our videos because it helps out with the algorithm. We are really close to 3,000 subs on YouTube, so we need not even 250 more subs. We need more freaking. Let's have a look. About 200, roughly 200 more subs to go to reach 3K, and we will have an end goal for that. Our last goal we did. What we did was we reviewed MMPR The Last Ranger Parody 7, which you can watch on our channel. We did this past weekend. We also have a lot of Power Morphicon interviews. Most recently, we uploaded my interview with Rory Travis, so definitely check that one out. We have more interviews coming along the way. I know that we uploaded and for later release, Kelson Henderson. So definitely check that one out. And of course, for our mainstays, we got Ultraman X, the movie, next week. And then the following week, we will be doing another Ultraman series, naturally. Wednesdays we got Kamen Rider Gov. Thursdays we got number one Sentai Go Juger, and on Sundays we finally finish Kamen Rider X. And our next season that we will be discussing is the original 1971 Kamen Rider. So pray for us. And yeah, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show. And you can find us on our personal content. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at youtube.com, Axel Ranger.
You can find me on Instagram at Boku_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And guess what? I'm going to try to do some experimenting to maybe also have our podcast air on my Twitch channel in addition to YouTube and Facebook. So definitely give me a follow there. That way I'm producing content there and you have more ways to watch. So we hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you guys again next time. Our next convention appearance will be in May for Pasadena Comic-Con. We will also be there for Robo Toy Fest, and as soon as they announce some actors and a specific date, we will also be there at Japan World Heroes. But until then, we'll see you guys online real soon. Have a good one. Bye.